The Election Commission of India today convened a crucial meeting with all states and union territories to review and assess the law and order situation, prevention of illicit activities and seizures, and strict vigil across interstate and international borders in the ongoing general elections to the Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assemblies 2024. The meeting was convened to ensure a free, fair, peaceful and inducement-free elections for all. The combined review sought to bring in all concerned stakeholders on a common platform for a seamless coordination and cooperation among the officials of the neighbouring states and union territories, along with those from the central security agencies. The Election Commission conducted an in-depth review of critical issues pertaining to each state and union territory. The meeting was chaired by Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar, along with Election Commissioners Gyanish Kumar and Sukhbir Singh Sandhu. Top officials from states and union territories and central agencies guarding the borders attended the review meeting. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar, in his opening remarks, called upon all stakeholders to work together to uphold the integrity of the electoral process and ensure a level playing field for all contesting candidates. He directed all states and union territories to ensure that every voter exercises the right to vote without any fear or intimidation. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar urged all states and union territories and the concerned agencies to translate their resolve to conduct free, fair, peaceful and intimidation-free elections into concrete action.
Globe over, there are around 70 countries which are going to elections this year in 2024. And everybody is looking towards us, we being the largest, we being the oldest democracy. So everyone is looking towards us and we are committed to deliver an absolutely spotless elections in an absolutely free and fair environment with a level playing field.
Some of the key issues discussed at the meeting included the need for enhanced coordination among neighbouring states and union territories, diligent deployment of CAPF in all voting areas, logistical support for smooth movement and transport of CAPF personnel on poll duty, identification and monitoring of flashpoints in border areas that may impact the election process, preemptive measures to address communal tensions based on past experiences, and securing porous borders against illegal activities. The Commission highlighted the importance of strict vigil to curb the movement of contraband items such as narcotics, liquor, arms and explosives across international borders. Directives were issued for identification of exit and entry points to prevent movement of liquor and cash along the borders and curbing of illegal ganja cultivation in some areas. The Election Commission reviewed support from Indian Air Force and State Civil Aviation Departments for sorties to ferry polling teams in challenging regions of 11 states including Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. Directions were given for adequate security arrangements to safeguard political functionaries and candidates based on threat perception levels, particularly in states like Chhattisgarh and Jammu and Kashmir. The Election Commission also discussed poll measures in Manipur in view of recent violence in the state. The Election Commission called for swift action to assist internally displaced persons and to ensure their participation in the electoral process. The Election Commission also gave directions to maintain law and order in all areas by adopting the following measures. Integrated checkposts at international and interstate borders for strict vigil, intelligence sharing on criminal activity in border areas, sealing of interstate borders to prevent bogus voting during the last 48 hours prior to voting, regular interstate coordination meetings of border districts, intensification of patrolling on interstate border districts by the state police, additional checkpoints to be set up at strategic locations in coordination with bordering states, sealing of interstate borders on poll day, checking permits and conducting surprise checks of liquor shops, especially in border areas, timely deposition of licensed weapons and execution of non-bailable warrants, actions against absconders, history sheeters, criminals involved in election-related offences, and provision of adequate security cover to political functionaries and candidates based on threat perception levels. The Election Commission also recommended steps to be taken to monitor expenditure during elections, including plugging the inflow of illicit liquor, cash, drugs along interstate and international borders, strengthening monitoring at checkposts with CCTV camera installations, joint checking and operations by police, excise, transport, GST and forest departments, strict vigil along helipads, airports, bus stations and railway stations, strict action against liquor and drug kingpins, curtailing the flow of country-made liquor, establishing forward and backward linkages to curb it systematically, mapping sensitive routes for transport of liquor, cash, drugs and freebies. Directions given to central agencies include strict vigil along the Indo-Myanmar border by Assam Rifles, Indo-Nepal border by SSB, especially in areas having porous border with Nepal, vigil on Indo-Bangladesh border and western borders by the BSF, vigil on Indo-China border by the ITBP, and in states with coastal areas by the Indian Coast Guard. The Election Commission also directed the Assam Rifles to hold regular joint security coordination meetings with the state police and CAPF. The SSB was urged to keep strict watch over international borders with Nepal and Bangladesh for any illicit activity, especially before 72 hours of the date of poll. Directions were given to ensure area familiarization for newly inducted CAPF companies in coordination with civil administration and establishment of joint checkposts in coordination with state police. The review meeting was attended by Chief Secretary, DGP, Principal Secretary Home, Principal Secretary Excise, Chief Electoral Officer and State Police Nodal Officer of all states and union territories. Heads of BSF, Assam Rifles, SSB, ITBP and Coast Guard along with the heads of CRPF and Nodal Officer of Central CAPF, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs and representatives from the Ministries of Defence and Railways were also present at the review meeting. Voter turnout in Indian elections has been growing since 2004. However, there is a need to boost voting in some areas which have seen low voter turnout in the past elections. The Election Commission has identified such districts with low citizen participation in the run-up to elections 2024. A crucial conference on low voter turnout was held at the Election Commission headquarters in New Delhi today. The conference, chaired by Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar, in the presence of Election Commissioners Gyanesh Kumar and Sukhbir Singh Sandhu, was also attended by select district election officers. The meeting was held to plan out measures to enhance voter participation and engagement in identified urban and rural areas.
We also have an outreach and get into the involvement of the stakeholders like RWAs, like influencers. Through various outreach activities, we try and persuade for a behavioral change. A pride. Can we create a pride in the RWAs, in the rural areas, in the panchayats? Can we say that amongst the RWAs, whichever RWA does the best of the activities for awareness, does the increase, will be kind of creating a competition or kind of facilitation of those RWAs or those panchayats. So it's a self-driven exercise amongst the voters, how we can kind of nudge it, how we can kind of create a healthy competition and a matter of pride in voting. This is what is the entire exercise for which we have all invited you here today. How would you do it? Because you are very, very resourceful persons. All the signboards belong to you. Most of the influencers belongs to you. Properties belongs to you. You have huge manpower paraphernalia with you. Actually, the Election Commission depends on all of you to provide the manpower also for conducting the elections. तो women को कैसे हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, कैसे हम इसमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वोटिंग लाने में इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. This is what is the overall theme of the today's meeting.
A booklet on voter apathy was released by the Commission on the occasion. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar highlighted 266 parliamentary constituencies with low voter turnout, concerned municipal commissioners, DEOs and state CEOs were urged to find ways to reach out to voters in a targeted manner. The Chief Election Commissioner emphasized on a three-pronged strategy of providing facilitation at polling stations like queue management, shelter parkings in congested areas, targeted outreach and communication, and involvement of critical stakeholders like resident welfare associations, local icons and youth influencers to persuade young voters to come out to polling stations.
So in order to ensure that we don't talk in general terms, we started a program called TIP to find out as to what is important in a particular area, what is the problem in a particular area. तो जब ये एनालिसिस किया तो मालूम हुआ कि 266 पार्लियामेंट्री कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी कंट्री में ऐसी हैं जिनका परसेंटेज 67% से नीचे है, नेशनल एवरेज से नीचे, और इनमें से 215 कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज रूरल एरिया में हैं और 51 कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज अर्बन एरिया में। तो रूरल एरिया में भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, अर्बन एरियाज में भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं। तो आज की ये मीटिंग में जो स्टेट्स और सीओज हमने बुलाए हैं वो बिल्कुल वही वाले हैं जिनमें परसेंटेजेस कम हैं, एंड दैट वी आर अटेम्प्टिंग that through the cooperation and through various strategies, we reach out to the voters in a very, very targeted fashion in these particular rural areas and also in the urban areas. So there are 2-3 parts to this entire thing. One is the facilitation as to how our booths are good, how queue management is taken care of. तो जितनी भी परेशानी वोटर को वोटिंग के समय में हो सकती हैं, जैसे पार्किंग की व्यवस्था हो सकती है कंजेस्टेड एरिया में, गर्मी के समय में प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, पानी की प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, शेड की प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, वो तो एक फैसिलिटेशन का विषय हुआ जो हम पोलिंग स्टेशन पे करें और किस तरह से करें, दिस इज वन पार्ट ऑफ इट.
Directions were issued to prepare a booth-wise action plan for enhanced participation. All municipal commissioners and DEOs were asked to prepare different strategies for urban and rural areas and plan interventions for different targeted audiences. To encourage high voter turnout and partnership and inclusion, the Commission has adopted a series of measures. These include devising a turnout implementation plan for targeted interventions at polling areas, district-specific themes for polling stations catering to diverse demographic groups, collaborating with key stakeholders to expand voter outreach and awareness efforts, formalizing electoral literacy in the education system through strategic partnerships, engaging national icons to connect with and inspire young voters, launching integrated multimedia campaigns and targeted initiatives like Mera Vote, Desh Ke Liye, ensuring updated electoral rolls and accessibility-friendly infrastructure at polling stations, promoting the use of IT applications for enhanced citizen participation and transparency, and providing continuous training to election officials for seamless conduct of elections. A series of voter awareness campaigns launched by the Election Commission include rolling out public transport and sanitization vehicles depicting election messages, incorporating voter awareness messages into utility bills for widespread dissemination, collaborating with resident welfare associations and voter awareness forums, hosting informative sessions at popular public spaces such as parks, malls and markets, organizing engaging events like marathons, walkathons and cyclothons to ignite voter interest, utilizing various platforms including hoardings, digital spaces, kiosks and common service centers to disseminate voter education materials, and leveraging the power of social media for extensive voter outreach and engagement. In the 2019 general elections to the Lok Sabha, 11 states and union territories had a voter turnout lower than the national average of 67.4%. These states include Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, NCT of Delhi, Maharashtra, Uttarakhand, Telangana, Gujarat, Punjab, Rajasthan, Jammu and Kashmir and Jharkhand. Out of the 50 rural constituencies identified with lower voter turnout than the national average in 2019, 40 are from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar alone. 17 constituencies in metropolitan areas and major cities reflect a trend of urban apathy. These include Bengaluru, Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad and Lucknow. All of these measures demonstrate the commitment of the Election Commission of India to encourage active participation of citizens and remove barriers to voter participation. As the nation gears up for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, the Election Commission has embarked on an innovative journey to engage citizens through unique campaigns like Turning 18 and You Are the One initiative on all social media platforms. The Election Commission has launched a unique strategy under the theme Chunav Ka Parv, Desh Ka Garv. The Election Commission is utilizing social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Public App, WhatsApp channel and LinkedIn to reach out to the voters. The Commission has on various occasions identified urban apathy and youth apathy in particular as a cause for concern in its quest to improve the voter turnout. The Election Commission campaigned the Turning 18 campaign in the run-up to the 18th Lok Sabha elections specifically targets young and first-time voters. The primary objective is to galvanize youngsters to participate in the upcoming elections and address the critical issues of urban and youth apathy noticed in the previous elections. The Turning 18 campaign employs various compelling themes and strategies to capture the attention of the youth. The strategy involves branding of individual series with thematic logos for easy identification and association. The campaign portrays a comparison of past and recent elections as then versus now to underscore the progress made over a period of time. By emphasizing the significance of voting immediately upon turning 18, the campaign seeks to inspire a sense of civic responsibility among young voters. Infographics highlighting the growing participation of women voters, especially in the age group of 18 to 30, showcases the inclusivity of India's democratic process. The Turning 18 campaign has been strengthened by massive amplification ensured by state chief electoral officers. The Commission has tied up with the national and state sweep icons to have a multiplier effect. The aim is to ensure an outreach across diverse segments of society, reaching its target audience and generating significant momentum ahead of the elections. Another impactful campaign launched by the Election Commission is called You Are the One. This initiative aims to recognize and celebrate the invaluable contributions of various stakeholders involved in the poll process. From voters and political parties to booth-level officers, ground staff, polling parties, administrative personnel, media professionals on duty, central forces and security personnel, each and every stakeholder plays an important role in ensuring the integrity and efficiency of the electoral process. Through engaging storytelling and captivating visuals, the campaign highlights the dedication and commitment of these individuals, inspiring pride in their roles and responsibilities within the democratic space. It shares interesting anecdotes, stories from the elections of the past, and videos and reels that depict the tireless efforts of polling teams on duty, working tirelessly behind the scenes and navigating challenging terrains to ensure every voter is reached. Chunavi Kisse shares interesting election-related stories from previous elections. The A to Z of Indian Elections series informs users about the election-related terms and processes. Wordplay with ECI is another interesting series where users are engaged to hunt for election-related terms. The Sawal Jawab series answers the most relevant questions related to the poll process. Through Polls and Pixels series, voters get a glimpse of visual journey of Indian elections since its inception. Another significant campaign launched by the Commission in the run-up to elections 2024 is called Verify Before You Amplify. The campaign has been launched to check fake news and misinformation. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar urged voters to exercise due diligence and caution before sharing information on social media platforms. The Verify Before You Amplify campaign encourages citizens to verify the accuracy and authenticity of content before amplifying it, thereby safeguarding the integrity of the poll process. Interesting infographics provide information on the schedule, various IT applications, and other critical aspects including decisions of the Commission, procedure to check one's name in the electoral roll, and finding polling stations. By adopting such creative strategies and using the power of social media, the Election Commission aims to engage with citizens, empowering them to participate actively in the festival of democracy. As the days of polling draw near, such efforts serve as a shining testament to the dedication and commitment of the Election Commission of India to ensure free, fair, inclusive and participative elections.